Hey, Randy, I
Yes,
hope
sir.
you please don't get disappointed with me. I mean, later tonight, probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm turning off the front porch light, man. I'm locking the front door, and I just don't give out candy anymore, man. I don't have enough candy for me. I can't be giving it to everybody else.
You got to give out advice. That'll really draw a crowd.
That'll draw the crowd.
Teddy's free advice. Hey, Randy
Teddy.
Wooden with Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina. Run a professional center. I've been doing it for about 10 years. They hired me to start the program. We're still rocking it. And if you or maybe somebody you know that is in a job search, well, have them find me on LinkedIn. Happy to help. We have clients all across the country, and we're free. We work by appointment, but a couple of times a week I get together with Teddy Burriss and we talk about business and job hunt tips and so forth. And today's show is a kind of a 15-minute look at some tips and stories, and we'll talk about our Wednesday topic and guest and so forth. So before we get too far into this, Teddy, why don't you introduce yourself, and I'll get into my appointed rounds of research.
Yeah, you can't see big changes on this side of the camera,
Yeah.
Randy, but I'm still working on reorganizing the office, and still waiting for my interior decorator to give me ideas of what to do behind me. But for those
Okay.
who've never met me, I'm a LinkedIn strategist, trainer, coach, YouTuber, core content writer, classes all over the internet. There are some days that I go to Barstool 17 and I lecture about using LinkedIn while I'm drinking a craft beer. But when Randy and I get together, it's not about Burriss Consulting and all the millions of dollars I make in my head for that business.
Cool.
It's all about you guys and telling
Yeah.
stories and tips that can help you. But Randy does this reporting activity, does this research, and then he shares it with us. So what did you
Yeah,
discover
we have a
today,
little
buddy?
fun. Well, it's Halloween, of course, and I have my Halloween mask on today. I don't know if you, I have my. It's pretty scary, isn't it? It gets scarier every year. Actually, Halloween was started as an ancient Celtic festival to ward off ghosts. So there's more to it than that, I'm sure. But I have a little trivia for you, and this deals with the United States
Yeah.
and the amount of candy sold throughout the entire year in the U.S. What percentage of that would you say is devoted to Halloween, that is sold for Halloween purposes? Rough idea.
I'm going to say 23%.
25, about a quarter. So you're right on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a quarter of the candy all year is purchased. And I think candy is up. I saw the other day was up 13% inflation or something. So, I mean, time is right. You might as well make money while you can if you're a candy company, I suppose. So
Yeah.
anyway, so there's that. We have some births on this date. A person you may not, or you may know. I don't know. We'll try. This is the trivia on this one. 1967, Robert Van Winkle was born.
Oh, Robert Van Winkle. I don't think he's an actor. I think he's something different. He's not an actor.
Ice, ice, baby.
Musician.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla.
Right?
Yeah.
He was like a rocket, took off. He was actually the first white rapper of national fame. And he had a great career that lasted, I don't know, 10 minutes. But anyway, he was big time for a short period there. Here's another one. Juliette Gordon Lowe, born on this date in 1860.
No idea.
Yes, she founded the Girl Scout organization.
Oh, okay.
Dan Rather. So I think he succeeded Walter Cronkite on CBS News, born on this date, 1931. He's still alive. So you start doing the math. He's been around a while. Brian Piccolo, Wake Forest grad.
Okay.
Played for the Bears, and Brian's song. And of course, I think we've all cried if we've watched that movie at some point.
Yeah.
I know I did. Back, he was born in 1943. Deaths on this date. Harry Houdini, famous, you name it, contortionist, escape artist, or whatever. One thing.
He tripped over a dust bunny and busted his head open on the coffee table.
The one thing he couldn't escape was death. And I think that is kind of a common denominator for all of us. He actually died of a ruptured appendix. So that's kind of gross. But yeah, he died of that. Indira Gandhi, 1984, was assassinated by two of her bodyguards.
Oh, I remember
Not good there.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Yeah.
I was James Bond.
Yeah.
I was the most famous James Bond.
Is that Sean's opinion or Roger Moore?
Yes, my name is Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Sean died on the state in 2020. So there you go. Also, events on this date, you'll know by the last name kind of what this is about. 1888, John Boyd Dunlop patented something.
Oh, was he the big fat white guy? White mush.
That's the Michelin guy, not Dunlop guy. No, this guy. Now, it was a tire, but it was an inflatable tire, but it was for bicycles.
Ah, okay.
On this date. Here's one you may not know. 1950, this event happened. Earl Lloyd did this. And I didn't even know
He's
this. And
the first dude to use a Q-tip.
And I'm a sports fan. I didn't even know this. He is the first African-American to play in the NBA. Did this in 1950. Yeah. And I think every one of us at some point has worn a mask in their life, whether, thanks to COVID or just in general being around people who are, in the emergency room, whatever. But anyway, on this date, 1918, the Spanish flu wiped out over 21,000 people in the U.S. in a week. And you see photos of people back in the day with masks on, and you kind of fast forward to current day. So there's the research. Hey, got a quick story, and it's about the election day. I guess it's a holiday for some, but whatever. And I'll say it's the season. And I think as you look on Facebook and you see other places on TV, you talk to people, and they're up to here with political ads. And, I've got another week to go on those. And especially the negative ads. And people say, well, why do they run those? I already know what I'm going to vote for or vote against or whatever. And they work. That's the thing is research shows that they have some level of effectiveness. So whatever. Bottom line is, what? If you're like me, I don't watch much TV. I have a TV over there. I don't watch much of it. I don't listen necessarily to commercial radio. And so anyway, so a lot of that stuff kind of flies over my head. I just don't mess with it, but it's out there.
Yep.
It's big money.
Uglier and uglier every year, man.
And I'll tell you what, and I used to work in radio, and some of the biggest boom times for the year in terms of ad revenue for radio and TV stations is during is during election season, especially radio. They're buying ads left and right. They're sold out. Sometimes you can't even buy the ad time because they are totally sold out of their inventory stations. So much for that, Teddy. What you got story wise? Anyway,
here's a story. Yep. This was a fun one for me.
Yeah.
Back in November 2012, which do the math, that was 10 years ago. Right about now, I went to vote at my local polling place, wherever. And I got in line in front of a lady that I hadn't seen in years. Mm-hmm. And we chit-chatted. We talked about life and family and business. We decided to have coffee. We went 2 or 3 days later and had coffee at a local deli. And I wanted to talk with her about business, but she started telling me stories about her personal life and some of the trauma that she was dealing with, which was pretty intense. And we never talked business. Yep. And so, I've said hi to her once or twice later on and over the months or years, totally lost track of her. She popped back up go figure, on Instagram. I see her on Instagram and she follows me on Instagram, and I go look at what she's doing. She's doing something totally different, which is really freaking cool what she's doing. Yeah. I call her up. She's got the same phone number, and we had a 45-minute chat that, was so refreshing to have a human conversation with her. And so just a fun lady, but she opened the door for a business conversation. And so, for me, that was really pretty cool. It was all about two humans reconnecting and discovering that there are things that we can do to help each other. So it was really fun, Randy. It was really fun. I had a couple of those the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. And it's what, a 10-year gap there, but if you hadn't had that good initial, I guess, interaction, there may never have been an opportunity for a second one. So good deal. Hey, we have a good guest coming up, Teddy. What's
Phyllis,
what's it all about? Yeah,
Phyllis Caldwell George. Let me go look and see make sure I say this right. She works for a company. I think it's a nonprofit, Financial Pathways of the Piedmont. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it's a nonprofit. And what they do is they help the community around the Piedmont, North Carolina, with all kinds of stuff. Randy, I didn't understand what it was all about. I knew that they did some, financial coaching and consulting, but it's way deeper than that. And so when we were talking, probably 2 or 3 months ago, I said, Phyllis, you guys are hiding. We got to get you to stop hiding. So she's coming to the show Wednesday. She's going to tell us all about the things that Financial Pathways of the Piedmont is doing. Really some cool stuff to help college students, people in credit challenges, senior citizens who need help. I'm not going to spill all the beans. You got to come listen to this show because there are a lot of value propositions with Financial Pathways of the Piedmont that we need to know about. So,
and we do some partnering with them through Goodwill as well. So good folks over there, and looking forward to that. That'll be on Wednesdays. I've got a tip.
Okay.
And the tip, and I'm a sports fan, and I don't follow sports maybe as closely as I did many years ago, but I couldn't help but notice this year. And by the way, the tip is play the game, get in the game, play the game, and be competitive. But you look, especially in the National League, the Phillies and the Padres made it to the league championships, and nobody gave those two a chance. You got the Dodgers, you got the Mets, you got these big powerhouse teams, and the easy thought, again, ball players are competitive. They're going to play. They're going to do well. All right. Anything can happen in a short series. And I get all of those things. But the point is, same thing going back to business. If I just resign myself to say, well, Teddy's the master of LinkedIn. He's the king of LinkedIn. I could never be what he is. I just don't know that I could compete with that. So I don't think I will try. Or maybe I'll give up too soon. Or what if I had an idea, but I look and I find somebody else had started that idea somewhere else. And you stop and think, well, think about all the different social media platforms out there. Well, MySpace, that was huge, right? Yeah. And then you got Facebook, and now you have all these other ones that have sprouted up. Point being, be competitive. Don't just sit there and say, well, that's been done before. That's been tried. I can't do it. I guess I'll just stay where I am. If you have an idea and a passion and a drive, go for it. Even if it doesn't work out the way you think it might, other doors may open up as a result. And I'm a good example of that too. Life's a journey. So just get on it and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. I could have said, I can't be a YouTuber. There are other people who teach LinkedIn and Google Workspace.
Yep.
I should, bull crap. I'm in there. I'm playing right alongside the big boys,
Yep.
So, all right, here's my tip, dude.
Yep.
Stop listening to the couch consultant who tells you about the online privacy statements of Google and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and Tinder and TikTok. Stop listening to your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law, that third cousin twice removed who tells you, oh, this is what they do with your stuff. Go read the terms and services. Go read the privacy statements. Get it straight from the application or from a social media site or whatever. I bet I get asked easily once a week, Randy, about privacy statements on Google Workspace and Gmail. And everybody has an opinion. And more often than not, nobody reads the terms and services to understand clearly what to expect.
So Teddy, I got to ask you then. So when I see on Facebook, and I'm seeing it here recently again, where it says, I do not, this has been in the media, that Facebook is going to start charging or is going to start doing whatever. Yeah. And unless I put this disclaimer out there that the statement that says I do not authorize Facebook to use my phone. And I'm thinking, how many times are you going to fall for that one?
Well, as long as it's out there, somebody's going to copy and paste it and go,
copy and paste it.
Uncle Ralph told me.
Or share. Do not copy and paste, but share it or whatever. It's just garbage. So good advice, Teddy, and it makes a lot of sense. And I'm maybe not the smartest guy going, but I do kind of glance at some of that stuff. And after my head hurts after about the third paragraph,
I'm with you.
Then like, where do I click I accept? Just get on with it, But I guess better safe than sorry, and that's good advice. Right. And actually, kind of like we had Paul Jones last week on the show talking about cybersecurity.
You gotta understand.
Better to be safe than sorry. Yep.
All right, dude. I will see you 11:55 a.m. Wednesday with Phyllis, Caldwell, George. Yep. You have a great day, man. I will chat with you later on. Take care.
We'll do it. See you, Teddy.